Good afternoon. Right, so I want to share with you today two steps that you can do to help your life, your business, your career move in the direction that you desire. So the first thing to do is pretty obvious, but actually it's probably one of the most overlooked parts, is get really clear about what you truly want. You know, what is it? Ask yourself, step one, what is it that you truly want? Because so many people can tell you exactly what they don't want. You know, I don't want this, I don't want that, I don't like this, I don't like that. But you ask them what they really want and it gets difficult, it gets hazy and fuzzy. So the first step is to get really clear on what it is that you want. And then once you know what it is that you want, the second step is to then ask yourself, what's stopping you? Do you know, what obstacles are getting in your way? What's stopping you from getting the things that you truly want, you truly desire right now? And the little test that you can do with this is to break it down into 3 stages. So if you call it A, B and C. So stage A, or section A, or part A, or whatever you want to call it, part A is to really kind of make sure you've got a detailed idea of what it is. Get really clear, plan it out, and get a really good understanding about what it is that you want, what it looks like, what it tastes like, what it feels like. Really put as much detail into this as possible to really taste it. Whether that's your dream car, your dream house, the dream job, the business revenue, your revenue, whatever it is, get really clear of exactly what it is. The more clarity you have, the more power it has. The second thing is then to look at the tools and strategies that you're using, because if you're using tools and strategies, what's wrong? You're always going to find it difficult. And an example of that is something that I'd actually put together this morning. I've been business networking this morning, and one of the things that I put together to talk to the group about was scurvy, which sounds bizarre and weird, but do you know, back in the sailor days, all these sailors was dying from scurvy, and what they found was that they tested lots of different things to try and find a solution. They decided that, you know what, we'll stop drinking and see if that fixes us, and it doesn't. So they started drinking more. That didn't fix them. They tried leeches. That didn't work. And it was only when they discovered the right tools, in this case oranges, did they find a way to cure scurvy. And this happens in your life, this happens in your business. You know, you've got to go sometimes through them leeches that suck from you. You've got to go from them kind of well, sometimes it's going to force you to drink as well. But this is the thing, that you've got to try these things, and only when you decide that you're ready to get the right advice, to get the right support, to get the right leadership, whether that's through coaching like what I do, whether that's through some kind of support system from other people, whether that's from just asking for help, but you've got to get the right tools and strategies in place. And so we lead on to section 3, or part 3, C. If A and B is not working, if you have like lots of clarity over what you want, if you have all the right tools and strategies and it still isn't working for you, there is a conflict. You have something that's stopping you from moving forward. There's an internal conflict, and that might be when you look at your ideal job and you're thinking, I want that ideal job because it comes with the perfect benefits and the perfect salary and the perfect opportunities, but for me to get that job, it means that I'm going to be working 80 hours, 60 hours a week, and I don't know if I'm going to do that. That's going to impact on my home life, it's going to impact on my fun time, my personal life, and so that's a conflict. It's going to stop you from really doing what you want to do. Other conflicts might be that, you know, you want to be really famous, you want to become a celebrity for the things that you do, whether that's in business, whether that's in sports, whether acting, or whatever it may be. But the internal conflict is that you don't want to be able to not go to your local shops. You don't want to be mobbed by people when you go to your local shop or supermarket or pub or restaurant or whatever that might be as well. So that's a conflict as well. And so if you've got the first two, if you've got the strategies and you've got the right clarity over what you want and it still ain't working, you need to deal with these conflicts. That's what you've got to do. You've got to make sure that you've spent some time developing these areas and working your way through them. I'm going to start doing more videos. I took a bit of a break, mainly because I was busy, but I'm going to start obviously making an extra effort for you. If you like these, like it. If you really like it, share it. And if you've got anything to add, please just add a comment as well. Hope you've enjoyed that. I'll speak to you again soon. All the best, guys. See you later. Enjoy the sun.